So look, two iconic roles, two actresses at the top of their game. The Wicked First Tower should have been a fairy tale, but instead it turned into this wide psychological case study that nobody saw coming. Here's the thing. Beyond the designer dresses and epic songs, what's actually captivating everyone is in the movie. It is a strange, hyper-intense dynamic between Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. The constant touching, the unexpected crying, this overwhelming need to protect each other, it's creating a serious discomfort online. Today, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to break down what's actually happening in front of cameras and why this behavior might not be as spontaneous as it seems. Trust me, this goes deeper than you think, honestly. Let's start with Ariana Grande, because this is where people are noticing something really specific, what many are calling her perceived infantilization. And when you actually watch the interviews, there are three things that stand out. First of all, I personally think the voice shift.
And I hope you will be there for us, man.
I will be. And I hope you will be too. And it's been the privilege of my life.
During these drawing interviews, Ariana's voice literally goes up. It's higher, softer, way more, I can say, childlike. And here's what's wild. When you compare it to her solo interviews, her tone is completely different, more mature, more grounded. It is like, for me, watching two different people.
That's the only thing I thought. That's how I felt. I was like, what has happened? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I've been writing a lot and maybe there's some more, but I would like to do a deluxe at some point.
Second, the hypersensitivity. Ariana cries a lot. A lot. When I say a lot, it's a lot. And someone asked about the impact of the role. You know what? Cheers. Cynthia says something supportive. You know what? More tears.
Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah.
And look, I get being emotional, but the public is reading this as either excessive or performed, And there's even this moment where she literally trying to shoot away a helicopter like a child would,
Not the time, helicopter! Go. Hey.
It's these little gestures that pile up. And third, and this is where it gets really interesting, the physical movement. Remember that Mariah Carey concert clip? Ariana's practically, skipping. She's like skipping, moving with this, ultra-light, childlike bounce.
Mariah, Ariana, let's get a quick picture, ladies. Yes. Here, you got the trophy.
She's literally like this. Please, yes, I love you so much, And it is such a stark contrast to how most adults carry themselves. Her entire body language is screaming something like, fragile little thing that needs to be taken care of. Now, here's the question I keep asking myself, is this intentional? Is this a strategic image we have after past controversies? Or is this really genuine, Has she regressed, actually as she regressed into this vulnerable state, because either way, it's working as a narrative, it's working. Now, let's talk about Cynthia Erivo, because her role in this isn't just the supportive friend, of course. She has positioned herself as the protector, the warrior, and honestly, she has committed to it. The constant physical contact is the first thing you notice, They are always touching, Cynthia stroking Ariana's arm, adjusting her necklace that was already perfectly in place.
She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
Wow. There. Oh.
Obrigada, minha amiga.
Just talk about how they have this, silent communication, which, okay, but this is a press interview, not a therapy session. Then there is the hypervigilance, Cynthia's constantly on alert. This is something I noticed. Cynthia is constantly on alert. There is this moment where a producer touched Ariana enthusiastically. He was like this. And Ariana's hand, shoots out to grab Ariana's arm, like, then just walk in the room.
Today we get to do popular. Can you believe that we're doing popular? It's going to be so great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame, so that when you experience the film with all the tears and everything else, you feel the joy in every single one. So I have to say that on this behalf.
It is protective, sure, but it is also intense. But the moment that really seared this dynamic is Singapore red carpet, An intruder bumps into Ariana, and Cynthia Erivo, she reacts before the actual security guard do. I'm impressed. She reacts before the actual security guards do. She's the first one to step in to physically shield her. That moment crystallized everything. Cynthia sees herself as Ariana's primary defender. I think so. So what we are watching is this dynamic where you have a powerful, strong, protective woman with Cynthia, of course, essentially guarding this fragile, delicate figure, Ariana. And it works as theater, but people are calling it codependent. And honestly, I see why. Okay, so here's where we get into the why, instead of just saying they're weird. Let's actually explore what might be going on here. I have three theories. Theory 1, marketing strategy and method acting. Look, their interactions generate thousands of articles and videos, and it's guaranteed engagement. It's guaranteed engagement. At this point, nobody's talking about Wicked. They're all talking about them. Some people are throwing out the method acting angle. Could Ariana still be unconsciously living as Glinda, the innocent, the fragile one, while Cynthia stayed grounded, protective, mirroring their on-screen dynamic? It will explain why they can't seem to break character. Theory 2, a genuine deep bond. The Wicked shoot was long and intense, and it's totally possible they formed a real deeply emotional friendship. That happens. But also, let's not forget Ariana's history. The Manchester attack, Mike Myers' death, these are massive traumas. If Cynthia became her emotional anchor during this project, then this closeness might be absolutely necessary for Ariana to handle the promotional stress. It is not a performance, it is survival. Theory 3, something happened on set. This is the Tucker theory, and there have been whispers about extreme pressures on set, pressure on set, with loss concerns, potentially toxic working conditions. And I'm not saying any of this is confirmed, but the rumors exist.
It says rumors that you on the verge of a new merge. The keyword rumors.
If something traumatic did happen during filming, their fusion could be a shared defense mechanism. One person becomes the anchor and the other person becomes the protected. And they hold onto each other because they went through the same thing. They went through something together.
And I hope you will be there for us, man.
I will be. And I hope you will be too. And it's been the privilege of my life.
Okay, guys, here's my question for you. What is your theory? Is this James marketing, method acting taken so far, or a genuine, intense friendship born from a brutal filming experience? Drop your analysis in the comment and tell me if, like me, you've learned way more about Ariana and Cynthia than you ever did about the actual movie Wicked.